Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll go with a ground attack here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Reset.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. B.J. Goodson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No, check, Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56! Gone!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Over! Watch him now, Barney!
back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
No, check, Patriot!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Whoosh. The 20. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
On second down, here's Watson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Sheard on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First target, first catch at a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Watson on play action. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. And they'll run it here. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! No. Check! Patriot!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The Vikings after it, and they get their for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. On 1st down, Scott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. More from the desert after this.
Now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll go ground game here with the tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Reset. Down. Green the line.
To throw on second is Watson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Black 22. Black 22. Two jet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Richmond. Tiger.
Here's Watson now on second down. Pass incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Come back.
From the red zone now, Watson being chased out left. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Scott. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Santos able to tack on the extra point. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Carlson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down now, Scott, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On 1st down, Scott, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll look to throw again. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
Leopard! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Detroit!
He's going to get it running right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Dancing, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this belongs to the Vikings.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Tiger!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Watson to throw on 2nd down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Justin Houston in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
Back to throw. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Watson. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, here's Watson. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
Here's Watson operating from the gun. And he's able to find Diggs. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Caught by Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Richmond. Tiger.
To the air yet again, Watson. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Scott. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey. 4 down. Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Detroit! Gone!
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Everson Griffin. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Tiger!
On second down, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's third down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. To throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperate. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
56.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Cardinals on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit. Ah!
They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
Leopard. Leopard.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Ah!
They'll try the left side. Scott. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one